Hi, I'm Melvin Winter, and I guess this is my YouTube channel. On this channel, I want to discuss purpose, creativity, identity, becoming ourselves, as well as tools that can help us become more fully and more powerfully ourselves. I want to peel the roof back of limits so that you can see your light in your life in full radiance. I want to help you identify the target of who you most dream of being and help you hit that target, especially now. I believe that each of us have unique and specific purposes that are accessible to us, and that this time needs us specifically to operate from that place. And so I want to assist in every way that I can with every tool that I can. But this first video is a little bit less about my ethos than it is my attempt and my starting. So I'm coming to you from my room/workspace that has also served as a hermit cave, a laboratory, a creative studio, where I've been relatively withdrawn from like the last couple of years, studying myself, the cosmos, society, and our roles amidst all of that stuff. I lived a life up until 2022, but since then I've been in relatively deep introspection and study, and I think I've gained a lot of tools and perspective that I think can be helpful now. So here I am, like emerging from my hermit cave in the wilderness. I've also written at length about a lot of these topics, so I have plans, I have stuff to share. I'm just getting used to the YouTube platform. But my own goal is to fashion my life and all of my experiences to support my being the highest version of myself that I dream of being. And part of that version has me using the tools that I've regularly used to help myself, to help other people, to help you. But I envision life to be like a party, or at its best, it's like a party. And I like dancing. I don't ever want to be the only person dancing at a party. I've had a good time, but I mean, the vibe would have been a lot more different if we were all like riding on the same wave. So if I can use my words, my experiences to help you find your tune and your rhythm so that you're also dancing at this party of life, I think that we can have a better time and maybe not be so miserable. But speaking of wildernesses and hermit caves, please excuse my scruff. I'd already had a bunch of conditions before starting, like of course a haircut and a whole bunch of other stuff. But as it was starting to stack up and the start date, it was getting pushed out further and further. I had to remind myself that it's not about the plans, it's not about all of the things that I want to share. It's like single videos are the bricks that will build this house. I was also very intentional about wearing these these glasses that have been repaired. These are for like when I'm using my computer, like blue light blocking glasses. And of course, I can get some more glasses later. We'll have to worry about that. The point is that I'm using all the tools that I have just as I am, starting from where I am, because I feel like something that I can say and offer might be helpful to someone else. And I think that a lot of us are, with very good intentions, holding ourselves back and slowing ourselves down from offering something that's really necessary and really helpful, especially now. So I am willing to step forward and stand out with my putty repaired glasses. And so I figured if I just start, I can refine and clean it up later. And don't worry, I'm clean, I'm just a little bit scruffy. But I guess it's a truish representation of where I've come from, because when I'm talking about coming out of the wilderness, if I've been studying sacred texts and learning cosmic and divine wisdom, I'm not concerned about points. I'm concerned about touching people's hearts and minds. So like, you'll excuse me, I'm sure. Just imagine that I'm coming to you from my cave laboratory art studio where I've been dreaming, plotting, and scheming. And then I think things will make a little bit more sense. And so I'm thrilled, I'm excited, and happy to start. But whoa, it is weirdly frightening. Like, I'm not necessarily afraid of like posting videos or putting this on the internet per se, but there's like, and I'll probably talk about this in another video, like this weird amorphous like fear that I do feel is wrapped up in like identity that is probably worth commenting on. But my God, like, I think I'd have probably pushed that haircut out months as a reason to not start. And so now I know that starting is half, if not 3/4 of the battle. Like, oh my gosh. So soon, especially because I'm talking about purpose and identity and creativity and all of this stuff, I'll invite you to start your own thing, knowing how we can slow ourselves down. But I wanted to make sure that I uploaded this first so that I don't preach what I don't practice. What's true though is that I feel like I've been studying this stuff for essentially my whole life, and that the experiences I've had have prepared me to assist others in these ways. But we'll get into that in my background later. One of the things that I want you to remember though is that you're a much bigger deal than you think. It's my job to help you start acting like it while I learn how to operate the YouTube platform. So, if you are interested in uncovering and refining your purpose, becoming more of an individual, broadening or expanding your view of what's possible for you as well as us with like a grounded and humorous delivery, I think this is the place for you. And I'd be glad to have you. So, I invite you to subscribe, but if you're not ready yet, I'm willing to earn it. And I've got like a lot of stuff planned. And I think you'll probably hear me say that dozens of times. Like, oh, I have plans, I have plans, I have plans. But this is not my first rodeo. So I'm really, really excited for the journey. But I want to walk boldly beside you into a bright and colorful and free future. Let's see together what all we can create and be. And so with that, I'll leave you here. And you know where to find me. And I will absolutely see you in the next one. Thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. And I'm so, so very thrilled for the journey that we're going on. Ooh, child.